For the first time in weeks, an update from police in the search for Teleka Patrick.
The Kalamazoo County Sheriff telling us they have no good leads on what happened to the doctor when she disappeared last month.
24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks has been breaking developments in this case for weeks, and he's live with what we learned today.
That's right. Today we're getting a reaction from two people closest to this situation, the private investigator working for the family, as well as Teleka Patrick's ex-husband, among those who are very curious about what happened to her. There was a lot of hope and build up to this press conference today, but at the end of the day, the biggest question still remains: where is that Teleka Patrick? It's the question of where. Where is Teleka Patrick? Much has come to light about the medical resident who seemed to have a promising future ahead of her. Over the past few weeks, it's become apparent that there was some sort of a quieter struggle, perhaps with mental illness. Police confirmed many of those details and revealed that they suspect Dr. Patrick was headed to the Chicago area to be with a family member. They also say they do believe, at least initially, that Patrick left on her own accord. The sheriff today asked that she come home.
All is forgiven, and please come forward because we need you to help your family and help everyone else understand what your situation is.
The sheriff says they've received a number of tips, but no good leads. The tips seem to swirl around Patrick's mental health and theories about her involvement with Pastor Marvin Sapp.
We're not getting good tips.
But the sheriff today cleared the air about the gospel star, calling him an innocent victim of her stalking who never communicated with Patrick. That's where the sheriff and private investigator Jim Carlin disagree.
I just know from her joining the church and being an active member for several months that there had to be some nexus up there in Grand Rapids with Sapp and her. You know, the way it sounds as if he doesn't even know her, and I don't believe that for a minute.
As news came out, Patrick's ex-husband also watched intently from California.
I still think this is a horrible mystery, and I mean, we're not going to call it a tragedy because, I mean, hopefully we hope for the best. I mean, this is just a big mystery, and it's heart-wrenching. The evidence doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense unless you look at it through the framework of someone that needed maybe some serious help.
The sheriff ended today's news conference answering all questions that he could, but the one that he could not is what remains on everyone's mind.
We do not know where Teleka Patrick is at this time.
And that is the biggest question. The sheriff's department looking for tips to that end. Anyone with information about where she might be, focused on where she could be or what happened along that highway, urged to call authorities as soon as possible. Reporting live in Kalamazoo County, Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.